Thank you very much, guys. This is Joe back once again with LCK. Another day in the books with KSV this time. Now Samsung Galaxy picking up another win in this season over their opponents. Are going to be here with these MVPs, Ambition and CoreJJ for the interview. Congratulations on the win. How do you feel? The first game was quite a struggle for us, and we wanted to finish it in a bit cleaner fashion, but kind of disappointed that we couldn't. And it felt like a continuous marathon for you guys, running up from the very first moment, and had to struggle to get the win at the very end. Yeah, we tried to slow down the game a little during the middle, but at the same time, we couldn't let go of our pace, so we just wanted to maintain that, and that's what we did to eke it out to the end to the win. How was the game for you today, CoreJJ? You know, before the games actually began, I was so full of confidence, and I felt like it was going to be a quick day and going to be an easy one to get with, but definitely didn't seem that way in the laning phase, and definitely urged my confidence to calm down a little bit after that. And I'm sure you had to be a little more confident in going to the games. Yeah, but at the same time, I wanted to be aggressive, but when the opportunities doesn't arise, so you have to be careful with that. And of course, you know, the Vayne did appear on the opponent's side. Isn't it something that you want to maybe have a little bit more chase potential on, because something like the Vayne you want to kill right away? Yeah, I think it was an issue with us not cutting down the Vayne in the early game as we should have. I think we let it go in situations where we shouldn't have, and I think it got to a place where it grew and it got stronger, and later it became almost very difficult for us to handle. We have one of the final fights of that game as a highlight here. And it really was a desperate moment for you guys. And it felt like the pressure would have been gotten to you guys. It was a situation where the team fight already broke up and we just couldn't back off of it. But I think if we missed some of the skill shots there, one of the key ones, it might not have been the biggest loss, but it definitely would have been a loss for our team. Right now, Ambition's ZAG is 100% on win rate, and seems like you've been on the roll with that champion. How's your confidence with it? I always talk about getting to a good position with ZAG, getting all the items, and try to do that as early as possible. That gives me a lot of opportunities to go in aggressively and not having to frighten out. With so much CCs available and the jumping abilities that it has, there's just so many opportunities to make a good space for your team to work with, and it just has to be a good opportunity maker for your team as well.
Ambition is 6-0, professionally undefeated.
And KSV always does emphasize on the macro game and outside the micro type of plays that individual plays show. I don't know, I mean, you talk about shot calling and being the macro plays. We were just kind of out of control and just so focused on into the game, and we don't really have a dedicated shot caller. It's more about just continuing communicating with each other and just making sure we make the right plays and agree to some of the calls that does come left and right. And a lot of people do think that Ambition, you have the only shot calling, being the team leader, kind of the scariest member of the team. I think the members will follow you on that one. I wouldn't say the only dictatorship in the team, but it does have a major part in that. To be fair, all I do is just tell the team when to fight and when to not fight. I think that's about it. Don't really make any more detailed comments than that to my teammates.
요즘 들어서는 또 이니시 능력이 말도 안
And
된다.
you've shown yourself as a player, showing many good qualities. But what we've been noticing from you recently is your ability to initiate fights, and those type of plays are something that has seemed to be improved over time. And I think it's important that we have a very set role when it comes to the ban picks, and we pick the champions. We want to know what this type of composition will do in team fights, and we keep that in the back of our minds as we open up the fights. We already know what we're gonna do, and it seems like the initiates usually do come to me on that role. And of course, game 2, doing so well. You do get the MVP, and we'll see some of the reasons for why you did get it. I'm sure this type of opportunity is hardly seen amongst different teams, and really the opportunity seems so easy once you can do this every time. I think it really does come to your confidence on individual champions, and something like the Tom Kench, I know that I can do well, and it just gives me the confidence to not really back away and always going aggressively and with confidence. I think it's important here. And of course, we have to remind ourselves that this was a comeback match with Wraith and CoreJJ. You know, I wanted to root for Wraith, and I wanted him to do a good job, but I felt like I was calm about that. But I checked my heart rate after that, and it was speeding up quite fast right before that. So, you know, unconsciously, maybe I was feeling the nerves of facing my old teammate, and I think that all that really had a big impact on how well I really wanted to play at the end. But I did use my phone application to check my heart rate. And one of the key highlights is that former KT Roadster head coach Jiun Lee joined your organization as the general manager. How's that impacted your team? Of course, you know, this guy has been a veteran in the esports industry for a while, and everyone knows him in the scene, and he has so much experience. And some of the words that he tells us gives us a lot of encouragement, and those things does provide a positive vibe for our team. It seems like the most typical answer you could have gave their Ambition. And it felt like General Manager Lee was feeling good after that win. But with KSV, we can still have high hopes and high expectations for them. But any last words regarding the future matches for JJ? We've hit 2 games already after the season opener, and we're on to a good start. And we want to not be complacent and continue on with this run so that we can get to the World Finals, and we just continue to ask for to support for KSV. I mean, it's only 2 games that we played, and of course getting the win is fine, but we have to always get for the pace control and try to go for the finals, which is the most important thing. And that is the end of the interview. And for the last time, back over to you guys.